Hello everybody, I'm Rusty. I want to welcome you to Island Breeze Tropicals. So we're here in the greenhouse at the Tangle, and we're going to be transitioning between here and the plant deck. Today I want to show you how to propagate vining aroids. So you know what? The sun is shining, the island breeze is blowing. Why don't you and I get growing and have some fun? Come on. So I guess the first thing we need to do is figure out what an aroid is. The best way to do that is to tell you about the kinds of aroids that I know you already know. Philodendron, Pothos, and Thuriums. But the easiest way to identify an aroid is, in general, look at the flower that it has. Now, an aroid flower is composed of a spike called a spadix and a petal-like sheath that surrounds it called a spathe. Today what we're going to be doing is propagating one kind of aroid, and that would be vining aroids. And I'm going to tell you why this is so much fun. Now, vining aroids have what are called nodes, and I'm going to bring this up to the camera, and you can see out of each node there is a leaf, and out of the bottom of the node is a root. Now these roots are intended to help the aroid climb up a tree. They will trail along the ground until they reach a tree, and then they will start climbing, at which point their leaves will start getting bigger as they start getting more light. What we're going to do today is show you how to propagate this into many separate plants, and we're going to go up on the plant deck to do that. Okay guys, we're up here on the plant deck at the Tangle, and I brought some aroids up with me. This is a Pothos, and I brought up one in a pot. So I'm going to show you how to pot these up so that you can have more and more plants all the time. Okay, so the simplest way to do this, which involves the least amount of steps, is you get some potting soil like this. Now, we're going to go into different kinds of potting media as we go along in different vids, but today we're just going to concentrate on a couple. These plants do not like to have wet feet, so you need an aggregate that is going to be light and airy, that will hold moisture but not be soaking, sopping wet. And I'll show you what that is in a little bit. So we have... So we've got our Pothos vine right here, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut it, and we're going to cut it at each node. So you can see I'm cutting it in between the leaves, just like that. And what it leaves us with is a leaf and a root that comes out. And this is all you do. Sometimes you trim this back a little bit, you move your soil a little bit, and you take the root on the bottom, and that goes right in here with the leaf on top, and you put some soil around it, but not a lot. You want to leave most of the stem up on the ground. So you want to leave a lot of the stem up on the surface, because if you bury the stem is going to rot on you, and you don't want that. And to make sure it doesn't move, you take a piece of coated wire and you pin it right like that. And you have to give it a good watering, and you need to wait. Each vine is different, but it'll take it a few weeks and it will start to root. You can do a tug test if you want to. Okay, so we have already potted up a node, but I'm going to show you a hack that really works very, very well. And it's called layering. So as you can see, we have the Pothos vine that's still in its original pot. And we're not going to cut it this time. So we're not going to cut it this time. What we are going to do is we're going to have a small 4-inch pot. And as you can see, there are roots growing out of this vine already. But even up here, you can see the smaller little roots that are on the bottom. And what we're going to do with this, again, it's called layering, is we are not going to separate these nodes and cut them. What we're going to do is going to leave everything attached to the pot. And then what we're going to do is, where we would have separated the nodes, we're going to put that on top of the soil, like this. And then we're going to pin it, just like we would if the nodes had been separated. So why are we doing this? Well, here's the deal. With layering, we're kind of cheating a little bit. What we're doing is we're allowing all of these leaves right here to make carbohydrate continuously without having to differentiate the root system on its own. So this will never flag, this will never die back, and as soon as it roots, which could be in a month or so, then what we'll do is then we'll cut it. So you can also do numerous pots at a time. Now this is kind of hard to see, so I'm going to put this over here like this. And as you can see, that we have more roots. This again is a node, and we're going to put the node down here, and then we're going to pin this the same as we did the other one. Now here's another little thing that you can do. You have to be a little bit more proactive, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this out, and we're going to slip an elastic band around all of these leaves. Sorry, was out of the frame there. Trying to do this and get it in frame at the same time. Not doing it so well here today. So anyway, going to move this through here like this, so that it's still around. I don't want to break anything. And there you have it. So we're right there. And then what we can do is take the elastic band and use that around the pot to hold the vine. Boy, I am all thumbs here today. So as you can see, the elastic band is holding this one particular node right on top of the pot. And you can go and do another pot just like this, and we're going to use another elastic band. So this is really, really straightforward, really, really simple. And again, we are using the plant's energy to make roots and leaves and make us new plants. So each one of these pots is going to do exactly the same thing that we did before when we separated the nodes and we cut them, but we're not going to cut them today. We're going to let this plant continue to do this. Nothing will die back. So the beauty of this is that the plant is still making ample carbohydrate. That's what it needs in order to make roots, and it will make roots without dying back. So there you have it. This is how we're holding them on. It works a little better than pinning them, and it stays there. Now I have this in a tray, right? So you can see the tray, and because it's in the tray, I'm not going to be moving anything. I don't want to move stuff, and we can continue to do this with more pots, depending on how many you can get in here. And as you can see, I've got one right here, and I can put it right on node right there, and then I can pin it. And I don't know what happened to the, here we go. And then I can pin it just like that, and we're in. As soon as they root, which may be 2 to 3 weeks, then we're going to do this, and we're going to clip, 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 and we'll have brand new plants. So anyway, guys, that's it. Pretty easy, wasn't it? Now, that's not the only way to propagate vining aroids. In a later video, going to show you another couple hacks that'll help you along. You know what, no matter where you are, I hope your sun is shining. I hope you have an island breeze blowing. I think you ought to get growing and have some fun. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.